Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening. Going into tomorrow, which is a holiday, Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Many people are off tomorrow, including myself. So I'm hoping that you have a good day off. And we do something to observe Dr. King's legacy in life. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. My name is Benita Charles. Every week I give singing tips. Hello, Sean. Thanks for coming in. Every week I give singing tips to beginner singers to help them become professional. I also do, a lot of my tips are life tips. So there are people who are not singers who benefit from my show, Singing Tips. So I want to thank everyone for their support of Singing Tips. We're going into year 2. So I'm going to be celebrating in April. But hello, everyone. Thanks for... Oh, hi, Naj. How are you? Thanks for coming in to Singing Tips today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Benita Charles. Oh, thank you. So are you. I see you're doing some great things and looking good. Much success to you in your fitness journey and your fitness tour. So I'm really proud of you for that. And actually what we're going to be talking about today is never giving up on your dreams, because, you know, this week, tomorrow, we're celebrating Dr. King. And he fought for the rights of people to, pursue their dreams, and really civil rights for human rights. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But, oh, yes, I know. Thank you so much for, this is not like my typical show, only because normally on my singing tip shows, I have a topic relating to music, but I thought today would be a good day to talk about dreams and your aspirations, because, you know, we're celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and legacy tomorrow. And so I thought it would be good to talk about, you know, pursuing your dreams and making a difference in the world, because your gifts that you have, whatever your gifts is, you have the gift of fitness and helping people get healthy. You know, whatever your dream is, you make an impact to the world. And I believe that Dr. King is a perfect example of one person making a difference in the world. So that's kind of like today's message today. So basically the subject of, or the title of this show is called Never Ever Give Up. So the first thing I want to say is, what do you dream of doing? So if you're blessed to know what your gifts are or what you want to do, that's great. But some people don't. And so one of the things that, if you don't know what it is you want to do, think about what you enjoy doing, and think about what comes natural to you. Like, what are you good at? Are you a good cook? Are you a writer? Naj is into fitness. So are you the type of person that's a motivating person? You can motivate people to get healthy. You know, motivating people to change their lives, because getting healthy definitely is a life-changing thing, and you have to get your mind ready. Oh, fighting for your dream. Exactly. That's the whole message of this show. Because I feel like with Dr. King, he fought for the rights of people to be able to live their lives. And I think one way we can honor his legacy is to pursue our dreams and make the world a better place, have an impact on the world, leave a legacy. So I think that's, it's really important. And, you know, when you see someone like Dr. King live his life to fight for people's rights, to be able to live, that's incredible. And I'm sure he didn't start out his life thinking, oh, I'm going to change the world. But that's exactly what he did. I think about one of the people that I admire, who's Oprah Winfrey. And I'm sure that when Oprah first started out, she just had a television show. People should ask themselves, what would you enjoy doing and are passionate about. Exactly. I mean, I think that's one. Hi Auntie, thanks for coming in. Ernesto, God bless you, my brother. You always giving good positive energy, so I thank you for that. Yeah, we were talking about dreams, your dreams. And so the first thing is, what do you dream of doing if you don't know? Hi, Uncle Gary. He's here too. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, so we're talking about never ever giving up. That's the theme of this show. And so the first thing is, what do you dream of doing? You have to ask yourself, what do you like? What do you enjoy? Because a lot of people, I've heard people say, oh, you don't have to worry about you don't have to do what you enjoy in order to be successful. But a lot of times, I find with myself, if I didn't love music, if I didn't love singing, I wouldn't have done it as long as I'm doing it. And I think it really is important to do something that you love and something that you're good at, something that comes natural. That's who you are, the essence of yourself. I think is so important. Why should you pursue your dreams, and what's the importance of never giving up? So I said the first thing is, you should pursue your dreams to make an impact in the world and leave a legacy. And that's exactly what Dr. King did. He made a huge impact in the world. That's why we have a day to celebrate his legacy. Now I have some notes, if those who are on the line, if you're foreign and you don't know who Dr. King is, but there's so much that he left in his life. It would take a whole show just to do that. That's how much of an impact and a legacy he left. Also, it will fulfill your purpose in life. And I believe this, we all have gifts and talents. Whatever it is, your talent may not be like mine. Or you may be a singer, but you're not going to be the same singer as me. You're not going to, it's going to be you. It's going to be your essence. It's going to be your experience. And I believe that we all have something to give to this world. If you do what you love what you do. Exactly. It's almost like not like working. If you do what you love, I know for me with music and with singing, I just had, I know you guys saw that I posted at the end of the year, I posted pictures of me in the studio. I had a studio session with some musicians, some incredible producer, musicians, and we all were collaborating, and we all were, we worked so hard that we didn't take a break. I think we worked for like 4 or 5 hours straight, no break, if you can imagine. But I loved it. It was so incredible. I can't wait. I can't even tell you how incredible it was to be in a room full of creative types. We all contributed to this music, and I have some exciting things to tell you about it that I can't share right now. But it all was because we worked so hard on it. We loved what we were doing, that the finished product was incredible. So just an example of when you love what you do, it shows and it pays off. So that's the most important thing with that. So I have the importance of never ever giving up. So the first thing is, you won't get what you want if you give up. Secondly, you will grow along your journey, and what you will gain is priceless. And I said that based on myself, because everything that I've done in my life, even when I was younger, when I did talent shows, when I did my own shows, when I was hired, every experience, whether it was good or bad, like the movie The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, every experience has made me the artist that I am now, and has contributed to me being a better artist. So I say, do it. Do everything you can within your, whatever it is you're trying to do. Keep growing, keep learning, because when you get to a certain stage in your career and in your life, it's all gonna, even my 9-to-5 job has contributed to me as an artist. So I just, I think about when I was growing up, I did some odd jobs. I cleaned the schools, and I cleaned our churches when I was younger. And all of that still made a difference in how I relate to people, how I work with people, even with music, how I'm able to get along with people. I'm able to do certain things I didn't want to do, but it all added up to me being the artist that I am. So I just say that the journey sometimes is just as important as making it, so to speak. And then I have the third point I have, it will be that much sweeter when you get it. Now, I haven't quite got it. So, I mean, I've had some wins along the way. But if you want to say made it, no, I haven't made it. So I know that once I make it, because I know I'm going to make it. Once I make it, it's going to be so sweet. And I think it's all going to be worth it. Just that example I gave you of that recording session that I had recently. I mean, we worked for like 5 or 6 hours straight with no break. But because we had to do 2 songs and we had to do it in that time. Like, we had a time frame, we had a crunch. The material that came out of that session was absolutely incredible. And I know it was because we focused. It was because we all contributed to what we were doing. We loved it, and we stayed with it until we got it done. But the finished product was phenomenal. So I said all that to say it definitely will be sweeter once I get my award. And I have too my story of why I haven't given up. Now, those of you who know me, you know I've been doing this a long time. And I started as a little girl in church. And I want to encourage the parents out there, if you have children, a children's choir is one of the best, education for kids. Because one of the things that the choir helped me with, first of all, it helped me with listening to other people, other voices. I'm really good with harmony, and I know it's because of my upbringing and my experience in the children's choir. Please read my Martin Luther King quote before you go. Can you type it in, because I can't leave the broadcast. So if you could type it in, because I am actually going to cover him as well. And so I started in church. And when I got to high school, well, when I got to middle school, my parents, so if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Excellent point. Excellent point. So do something. And I think that's a good point, because you know how I'm kind of bad about this too, where I feel like if it's not something big, if it's not, a giant step, then I just can't step forward. But sometimes a small step is all you need to get going. Hi, cuz. Thanks so much for coming in. Sometimes a little step. This is a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's a wonderful quote, and it's a great point, because sometimes you don't need to make a great big step to make an impact. Sometimes it's one small step that will lead to something greater. And I was really bad about that. Like, if I didn't have a whole lot of time, or if I couldn't do a whole, a big thing, then I didn't think it would make a difference. But sometimes that small little step can make a difference. But the most important thing is taking that step in the right direction, taking that step towards your dream, taking that step towards making a difference. Going back to my point with Oprah, I'm sure that when Oprah started out, I know she started out on local television. She had her show. She had no idea that she was going to be such a global force. But one thing with Oprah, I saw a story with her. She said when she was growing up, her mother was a domestic worker. And her mother told her, honey, come on over here. I want to show you how to fold clothes, because when you take, in the future, when you do this. And she said that in that moment, and she was a young child, she decided that that's not what she was going to do. She was not going to spend the rest of her life doing that. And when you look at her life, it's amazing. As a young child, she decided that I'm not doing that. And she is such a force, and it's just, and then she had her show in Chicago, and it grew and it became national. But I think it's a great example to show you that whatever you're trying to do, you never know where that will take you. You never know who you're going to reach. You never know who's waiting on you to do what you need to do. So I think that was one of the reasons why it was so important that I did this show, and especially in honor of Dr. King. But going back to my story in terms of why I haven't given up, bottom line is I love what I do. I think it's a real love. And I want to share something with you. I was talking to my mother the other day, and she said, she made me laugh about something. She said that she knew I loved this when one day I was talking to her, and when I first started out, I did a lot of things for free. And she said the one time when I got paid $35. And she said, I said, oh, she said, you were so excited. She said, you got paid $35. And she said, I was thinking to myself, that's really not a lot of money. But I was so thrilled because I got paid. I finally got paid. And she said, she knew right then, she said, this girl really loves what she does, because that's not a lot of money. But it is true, when you love it, you just do it. And I believe that, it will come. That big payday will come. But I'm not doing it for that big payday. I'm doing it because I love it. And in honor of that, so I have this song that I'm going to be releasing soon called Never Ever Give Up. And that's one of the things about this song. I co-wrote it with my friend Jean Wilkes, and she's from Atlanta. But this song is all about never giving up on your dreams and just keep pushing, keep striving. You're going to make it. So I'm really excited about that. And I wanted to just go over a little bit of Dr. King. So we're celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday tomorrow, his legacy, and it is Dr. Martin Luther King's Day. He was a Baptist minister and a most visible spokesman and social activist who led the civil rights movement in the United States from the mid-1950s until his death by assassination in 1968. The tactics he used were nonviolence and civil disobedience based on his Christian beliefs and inspired by nonviolent activism and Gandhi. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 for combating racial inequality through nonviolent resistance, and he was the youngest at the age of 35 to win this Nobel Peace Prize. Among his many efforts, Dr. King headed the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and through his activism and inspirational speeches, he played a pivotal role in ending legal segregation of African American citizens in the U.S., as well as the creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Acts of 1965. This is from Wikipedia and biography.com. There's so much information on him. If you want more, just Google him. It's amazing how much information is on him. But because of Dr. King, myself and a lot of people are able to go to a hotel, are able to go to a restaurant, are able to go to any place we want, freely because of his efforts. I'm able to vote. So can one person make a difference? Yes. Can you make a difference? Yes. That's why I say pursue whatever it is you were put on this earth to do, because you never know where it can lead. You never know who you can touch. You never know what impact you will make. I'm sure Dr. King did not know going out that he was going to make this kind of impact. He just knew that there was something wrong with the way things were going. He just knew that it was injustice and that it wasn't right, and he fought for that. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, just do it. do whatever it is you were put on this earth to do, because you can make a difference in this world. We all can, and whatever gifts that we were given. I just believe that. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today for this singing tips. This is a special singing tips to encourage you to never ever give up on your dreams. Dr. Martin Luther King and all of the people in the civil rights movement fought for us to be able to live freely, to be able to pursue what it is we want to pursue freely. And I think we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to God, we owe it to our loved ones, we owe it to his legacy to live our dreams and make a difference in the world. I've learned more from my failures and mistakes that taken from my successes. Oh, that's true. 70-year-old Subway singer, still in the game. I've persisted in this music field because I love it. For me, the fruition is in, the fruition is more than just a paycheck. It's because I love it. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. And congratulations to you, Bill. I'm so happy for you. I saw that you got signed. And Bill, you are a true testament of today's show. Never ever give up. Bill didn't give up. He sang in the subway. I worked with Bill. I used to love, one of the things I love about Bill, he is a dynamic performer. He can do James Brown. I mean, he's incredible. But Bill never gave up because he loved it. And I'm sure, Bill, you've had some heartaches along the way. I'm sure you had some gigs that didn't pay a whole lot. Like my mom was laughing at me for a $35 gig. But I'm sure you had, but you stuck with it. If you stopped, if you quit a year ago, if you quit 10 years ago, if you quit 15 years ago, you wouldn't be where you are. If you didn't have the experiences that you had along the way, you wouldn't have gotten this record deal because you wouldn't have been good. So, Bill, thank you so much for coming in, because you are a true testament of never ever giving up. It's never too late. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to keep going. It's never too late to pursue your dreams. Never, ever give up. And that's why I have to release this song. I've had this song for a while, so forgive me for not releasing it. But it's time now. Somebody needs to hear never, ever give up. And thank you, Bill, for being a testament to us, to letting us know that it still can happen. And it happened because you never, ever gave up. Can someone please type in never, ever give up? Never, ever give up. Never, ever give up. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that, this has been a blessing for you. Oh, just to give you a recap. So I said, what do you dream of doing? Why should you pursue your dreams, and the importance of never ever giving up? And so why should you pursue your dreams, and the importance of never ever giving up? So what do you dream of doing? What are you good at? What comes natural for you? What would you do? What would you love to do and not even care about getting paid for it? Why should you pursue your dreams? You should pursue your dreams to make an impact in the world and to leave a legacy. And it also will fulfill your life, because if you just work at a job that you don't love, you need a paycheck, it's not fulfilling. But if you're doing work that you're making a difference, or you're doing what you love, oh, thank you. Never ever give up. Never ever give up. The importance of never ever giving up. You won't get what you want if you give up. You will grow along the way, and it will make you a better person. It will make you a stronger person, and it will be that much sweeter when you get it. So, thank you, Sala. Never ever give up. Gary said a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. I love that saying. Yeah, I know that. Awesome. So Never ever give up. So Bill, my point number 3 was it will be that much sweeter when you get it. So is it sweeter? You are our example. You are our shining example of someone who never ever give up. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Bill Hudson is on our broadcast now. I posted an article today, so you can go to my Facebook page. There's an article in the New York Post. He just signed a record deal. He's 70 years old. He never ever gave up. He is living his dream, and he's there, and he's, you know, he's where we're all striving to be. A lot of us artists who are striving for it. Bill has it, and Bill is an example of someone who never ever gave up. Now, I couldn't have planned this if I wanted to. I have someone here who never ever gave up. So thank you so much, Bill. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to encourage you all to never ever give up. It's not too late. Bill has proven to us it's never too late. It's never too late to make a difference. Let's honor Dr. King. Let's honor our ancestors. Let's honor our family, ourselves, by never ever giving up and doing the thing you love and making a difference in the world. Never ever, never ever, 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 never ever, never ever, ever give up. Got some new music coming soon. I don't want you guys to ever give up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for your support of Singing Tips. I hope you have a great evening. And remember, never ever give up.